Khalid. Khalid. Oh, Khalid, appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you very much. Hoove, good to see you. Rich, good to see you. Donkey Kong, how you doing, my friend? Khalid, appreciate that as well. Mirko, Sammy, Minato, Bean, how you guys doing, my friends? Let's go. Anyways, can you talk about the AGI unlock today and what posts may have done? Well, so basically, for AGI specifically, right? This is the only unlock. Well, this is for private people. I think this is their first unlock, and they get 10% of their so whatever they hold, they're getting 10% right now, which is a big unlock to be fair, because you got strategic, you got private, and you've got I think it's public as well. They all get their tokens in a couple of days, so it's gonna dump. It will most likely dump. Appreciate you as well, Khalid, as well for the 20, my friend. So we can obviously, I'm going to give some alerts in the group. I'm going to give some alerts just so you guys can know like what price is. Like I'm basically putting orders really low down because last time it happened, it just had a massive wick down. So we don't know when it's going to stop, but it takes a bit of time. You know, these whales, when they get their tokens, you know, especially because they've been holding for so long, when they, you know, first get their tokens, it's going to be a massive drop. But it will most likely get eaten up by a bunch of people. That's why it's better to trade it, and we can get some good prices for AGI long term. Southflex, how you doing? Kitty, how you doing as well? Appreciate it, bro. What caused this big OTK pump? Well, so OTK, what they done was they basically made a new game, and the new game was the bonk. So because these guys are backed by the Solana Foundation, they basically managed to get a bonk game, which is like a running game. You know, these bonk, I think the bonk, what's it called? The logo is on some running game, and it's like a football game, like American football type of game. And they got a partnership with those. And they've also, what else did they do? I think it was mainly because of the bonk game and the Solana ETFs. So it initially pumped because someone filed for a Solana ETF, and then all the coins on the Solana ecosystem kind of pumped, the main ones at least. And then after that, they released the game, which is the bonk game, and they got a partnership with Bonk, which is quite massive. Yo, Southflex, I don't buy gems, bro. Yo, this guy is funny, bro. I haven't bought any gems in Clash of Clans yet. Not yet. Yo, Southflex, you kill me, man. That's basically what caused the pump. And right now is holding up fairly well, but the way it's looking, it looks like it's going to break this support line. This is the support line right here. It was like 25 cents. So eventually, you know, unless the market pumps, then this will follow the market. This is one thing I like about OTK. It follows the market specifically. You know, if the market pumps, OTK pumps. If the market dumps, OTK dumps, which is a sign of a good project, because the only other coins that do this is the top 50 projects, top 100 projects. They pump and dump along with Bitcoin, which is normally a good sign for a project. And this is exactly what this does as well. You know, if you see this going down, like 22, 23 cents, I'll be scooping up heavy, personally. This is a public live, right? What is it? Is this a public live, or is this a Jay? Is this a public live or not? Not yet. No, Minima is a good project. Southflex, check if this is a public live. Yeah, you gotta watch ads now. That's annoying. For the live streams, I'm gonna turn the ads off because I don't want people watching ads. It's gonna be annoying. It's public, Khalid. Okay. Yeah, for the live streams, I'm gonna turn it off. Yeah, Minima is not too bad. The problem with Minima is they've only got one token, and that is that wrap token. So their token's not even released. But somehow it's been performing really well. I don't know why. If you look at Minima's chart, right, I think it's done like a like a 10 to 12x or some shit. Let's go on the daily chart. Yeah, look, from the lows, which is all the way down here, it's performed really well. It was basically dead. No one knew about it. And then it just had a massive rally. Over 20x. Yeah, over 10x actually. And now it's just come straight back down. When this token comes out, the project itself is really good. Realistically, if you look at the project, you know, the real world blockchain, I think is so Minima Motorsports. Everyone knows motorsports is fairly big. Minima is the only layer 1 blockchain, lean, compact, enough to run on any mobile and IoT device. And that's a unique layer 1. Layer 1's already perform, but this is a unique one. And they got some pretty good partners as well. You know, Volvo. I don't know why these guys are on this project, but they've got some decent partners as well. And the team is doxed as well. Layer 1s perform. If you can catch a layer 1, for example, if you can get like a proof of work layer 1 really early, for example, the likes of Zalf, the likes of Casper, if you can catch these layer 1s really early before they get listed on CoinGecko, like on XGeg or Trade Ogre, like these type of exchanges, you can make like hundreds to thousands of X's. That's proof of work tokens. They do really well in a very short period of time. Under 10 cents is going to be very unlikely for Alt, JT. I think under 10 cents is going to be very, very unlikely. If you look at Alt right now, right, even with the market dumping, Black, how you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. I'm busy later, so that's why I'm doing a live stream a bit earlier today. Going football later. I'll be live tomorrow though. I'll be live tomorrow normal time, but because I've got football later, I'm going live a bit early. It's gonna be extremely hard, right, for Alt to go below 10 cents, just because they're doing a lot of buybacks. So they've got 600k. 4 people haven't liked the video. I haven't liked the video myself. I don't know if I count in that list or not. But yeah, so with Alt, currently they're doing 600k worth of buybacks. This is why the price is so stable. And the unlocks are very, very small. For example, there is about 60k USDT, let's say USD dollars, whatever, yeah, getting unlocked every single day. And only about 20k of that is for the early investors. So they can dump their tokens realistically. And I don't think, not all of them will dump because the private sale for this was 15 cents. So they're going to be at a loss anyway. So it doesn't make sense for them to dump a project that's strong. And the only people I can imagine that's in profits now are the seed people. So times that by half is only about 10k, 20k, whatever money they can get, whatever money they're up, that's all they can dump is around 20, 30k max. And because the volume is so high, you know, you got 1.3 million volume, those dumps are going to be pretty much, like it's not going to affect the price at all. This is why we're not going to see Alt dump below 10 cents. Unless some whale sells, you know, and there's a massive wick, which I highly doubt. I highly doubt at these prices. If it was a little bit higher up here, 20 cents, because the private people would have been up and the seed people would have been up. But at these prices, it's not going to dump. But if it does dump below 10 cents, that is a great opportunity to buy. Jobin, how you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. Yeah, getting all below private sale price is amazing. I didn't think it was even going to dump this low, to be honest. This is why we're not seeing it dump any more than this. I think the minimum Alt can do is a 30x. That should be the minimum it will do. A 30x, because the vesting schedule is not harsh. You know, you got 1x dilution to like September 2025. It's currently 8% in circulation. And by the end of, like September times, end of September is going to be about 16. So the market cap by the end of September will be about 36 million, which is realistically not a lot for a project like this. You know, if this pumps in January, February times, we don't even have to hold it for that long, realistically. You know, the way I'm going to maneuver the markets is I'm going to move from narrative to narrative and leave a moonbag in case it pumps again. Crypto Power, good to see you, my friend. Right now, I've got like 108 175 members or something, or 170 something members in my private group, Crypto Power, if you want to join. And it's going to be capped out around 300, max 350 people. I'm not going to get any more than 350 people. I think 300 people I can manage on my own. Any more than that is going to be a little bit of a headache to manage. So you guys can get in now. Gaming with Math, good to see you, my friend. Oh, Real One, how are you doing, my friend? Yeah, we'll have a chat. We'll have a chat because that's what it comes with the inner circle. It just, I don't like having too many people in there because I have to continuously talk to people consistently, which takes up a lot of time. If you got a really messed up portfolio and your portfolio is looking all over the place, that's basically what it's for. I don't really like doing pump and dumps where the inner circle, gets the calls early. I don't really do that. It's more for people that have a really messed up portfolio and they want to kind of fix it up. Let me see what Bitcoin's doing right now. Well, the thing is, right, we just had the Fed meeting and they're not going to cut interest rates. It is going to head back up, but right now I do think, there's a big resistance at 58k. If we can break that, then the next resistance will be around 60k. 62k is probably going to be a resistance now for now. But in the long term, in the short term, we are still bearish. How many new coins do you questmate to find until the end of the year? Well, Khalid, the thing is, right, I've already got a bunch of coins lined up. It's just a matter of when they release, is the vesting going to be good? And what is the best price to buy them? So I have a bunch of coins already lined up. The thing is, not all of them are going to be worth it just based on the vesting schedule. But there will be some, for example, Sensei, I already had that in my books for a long time ago. I was just waiting for it to launch and see how the vesting was going to look. And it came out really, really good. The vesting was really good. So, there is other projects I'm eyeing up that haven't released just yet. But it all depends on how the vesting schedule is going to be. So maybe by the end of the year, I can imagine about 2-3 more projects because we don't want to over diversify. But the longer we have, the more people can bring in more liquidity in the markets. So they're going to eventually look for other coins. But I am looking for more specifically better RWA coins. That is what I'm looking for right now. I have one that's like a low cap one, but I'm looking for a mid cap RWA coin. I think 3 RWA coins is what we need because tokenization is going to be pretty decent. It's going to do really well. BRC20, I got BVM. I might pick up some Merlin possibly. I don't really need any more than that because that narrative is not a strong narrative. AI Depin, we've got 4 of the best AI Depin projects. I might pick up 1 more. 5 will be the icing on the top. So I do have 1 more project I have in mind in the Depin narrative. And I will potentially scoop it up. There's also Nuclei, but I have to see and wait for that one. Because that one just got pumped by another group a couple of days ago. So, why would you pump this now though? Look how people don't even do no research, bro. For this right now, the early investors for this is up like around 4-5x. And they get their tokens every day, so of course they're gonna dump. Just pure manipulation, that is. This is why Nuclei is pumping. It's up like 1x in the last couple of days just because the group pumped it. Which is really, really dumb, in my opinion. Because if you look at the early investors, right? Just the IEOs are up 2.6x. These guys are up, the seed guys are up almost 4x now. So why would you buy this now knowing if you go look at the vesting schedule, these guys are getting linear every single day? It's kind of pointless to pump this now. Look at the vesting schedule. These guys still got a long way to go. This is why I haven't touched this anytime soon because it's just going to keep dumping. Anyone who buys now is just going to become a bag holder. And there's no rush for us to buy now because nothing is going to pump massively in the short term. So I just don't get why people, are trying to buy these tokens so early. You're not going to get front run, but even if a group does a buy alert on this, they're just going to get dumped on massively by these early investors. You got C2 community, you got private. These guys, the only ones, I think that the tokenomics did get changed. The teams getting the tokens later. These guys are getting their tokens later. The NXRA people and the NXRA stakers, they get their tokens a little bit later in 2025, which is fine. That's bullish. But look at all these other guys. You got C2, you got public, you got seed 1, you got private, you got seed 1, C2 community. That's a lot of tokens in the hands of these guys. That's ultimately around almost 20% of the supply in the hands of early investors, and they get it every day. So I just don't get why people are pumping this up. Truth, you can keep your ALT on Ali Wallet or MetaMask. I think MetaMask is a bit better. I keep mine on Ali Wallet though. But if you're from America, put it on MetaMask. Crypto Power, good to see you, my friend. You're welcome in there whenever you want. So set limit orders around 0.1 just in case it gets there. Are you talking about for AGI, JT, or are you talking about for ALT? I've put limit orders for ALT as low as 10 cents and then all the way up to 12.5 cents. So, it could just be a massive wick and then all my orders will get filled. If a whale dumps, a couple whale dumps, it will go down to those levels. But then it will just get scooped back up and it will just be a wick up and a wick down. A wick down and a wick up, sorry. Okay, so Khalid, will your secret RWA offer more X's than the one in the RWA from yesterday? Well, because it's lower in market cap, it can do really well. The thing about that project is it covers AI as well. I don't want to say too much, but it does cover AI as well a little bit. So which is ideally beneficial because it can pump on both narratives. So I think it can do really well. But the thing is, Khalid, right? I've already given that list. The one that I do like out of that list is Truth. Truthflation is the one that I did want to buy originally. But because these early investors are still up so much, I just don't want to buy it anytime soon. The market's not bullish right now. Even just the IEOs are up, 2.5x. The ones that are undisclosed, these guys here, they're probably up massive amounts. These guys right here, they're probably up massive amounts. So it doesn't make sense to touch this right now. This is one of those tokens, for those of you that don't even know what this is, right? It covers the RWA narrative, AI, and Depin. Because these guys have a, let me go on the website. Just like AI tech, these guys have a data center as well. And apparently it's a big data center. Yeah, so TSN is a decentralized physical infrastructure, which is what Depin stands for, behind a massive data warehouse. And at the same time, they do harness AI to accurately predict macroeconomic indicators. They use all of that and implement it within the RWA narrative. It's a very niche one, but it's going to do really well in my opinion. And the thing is, look, the best thing about this project is, right, obviously it's not the best time to buy, but the best thing about this project is the fact that you got the likes of Coinbase Ventures behind this project, and these guys are not listed on Coinbase at the moment. And generally, all of Coinbase Ventures coins, it's on Base as well. Aerodome, that's on Base as well then. And at the same time, right, all of the let me add Truth to the list because I do like Truth a lot. All of the mostly Binance Labs coins, and Coinbase Venture coins, they generally get listed on the exchange because those guys have personally invested into them. So that means ultimately they're going to get listed because they've put their own money into it and they want to see their money pump. So they list them. This is what they do. It's very corrupt, but that's the way it works. But I do think the only thing about this is the vesting is a bit harsh as well. Keep that in mind. The vesting is a bit harsh. So because RWA is not one of those narratives that's going to pump straight away. You have to kind of hold this out a little bit. And by let's say August next year, it's going to be 70 million in market cap. So keep that in mind, guys. It's going to be 70 million in market cap. So don't expect this to do like 100x. Expect it to do like a 20, 30x max. This is why I wouldn't touch it because, there's a big chunk of the supply. 25% of the supply is for the early investors. And these guys get their tokens every day. So unless you get it below them or similar prices to them, they're going to keep dumping on you, make you a bag holder. So don't touch it. Well, realistically, Khalid, we have to get it below these guys here. We have to get it either close to these guys or below them. And this is going to dump. Eventually, people will get bored of this and they'll dump it down. As you can look at the chart, I did a trade on this when it initially came out because this is one of the projects I had my eyes on before it launched. It came out, it came as low as like 30 cents, went as high as like 90 cents, and made a quick little 3x on this. and then we came back down. Now it's going lower. It's pretty normal to do this for most altcoins that are new. They come out, they dump, and then ultimately they recover when the narrative kicks back in. Just because there's people, look, there's probably a bunch of idiots, right, who bought the top over here, and now they're just coming down. They're going to call it a scam because they don't understand how crypto works. They think everything only just goes up. Any thoughts of APY13 and Lido? I don't even know what APY13 is. I keep getting a lot of bots spamming this in my comments. What is APY13? Or what is it? i3 or something? What is this project? I keep getting so many bots spamming this in my comment section in every live video. I don't even know what this is, but it's on Binance, so it's gotta be something legit. Oracles that pay you. Okay, that's unique. Yeah, this could do well, to be fair. Anything that pays you do well, especially oracles. So it's available everywhere. Merlin, Moonbeam, Xlayer. Yeah, this looks pretty good, to be fair. This looks pretty good. Okay. Doesn't even look that bad, to be fair. Lido is an old project, obviously. You're not going to get, crazy gains with Lido. It's been performing fairly well as well in the short term. Let's see if it's got a vesting schedule. Okay, it does. It's good to see. So, ICO is still up. Seed is up significant, so I wouldn't touch it just now. Let's have a look at the vesting schedules like. Why is it 100% in circulation? Oh, it's 96% in circulation. Okay. Oh, this is 100% in circulation though. No wonder it's not. Okay, so all the early investors are pretty much out then. Yeah, this doesn't even look like a bad token. I'll add this to my list. I'll look into this one further actually. Good call. This looks like a decent mid cap. How many new coins? I believe in one can read the price, one can tell the news. Today the chart would with a little motion, tomorrow power may ally with BTC drop. That's very true, Khalid. That's very true. Overkill, good to see you, my friend. What do I think about selling Tekom into Relio? Just opinion, not financial advice. Well, I personally wouldn't do that because look, Tekom is still fundamentally nothing has changed with Tekom. If anything, Tekom is going to be bigger than what it was last year, right? Because last year Tekom was only a concept and it pumped like 13x or 14x or whatever it pumped from the lows. It was only a concept at that time. Now they're going to have a real product. Now they're actually working on getting their soft nodes out. They're working on, getting the SDKs done. So people would like to build on this because this is known as the biggest or the fastest blockchain in the crypto space currently. That is tested. Cubic claims to do like 40, 30 million, ridiculous numbers. I don't think that's achievable at the moment. Deve claims to do like 9 million, 6 million, whatever it is. They don't even have a testnet at the moment. So that's not achievable either. So right now, this is the fastest blockchain. But I wouldn't advise you to go into Relio because Relio, even though it's 100% in circulation, I think Tekom will give more exit than Relio. Because in this narrative, Tekom is number one in the crypto payment narrative. This is probably the best one because it has that revolutionary tech and they're aiming for mass adoption. So I do think Tekom can give you more X's than Relio. But Relio is a very, very good RWA project. I think the market cap of Relio currently is 80 million. And this is 50 million, but you got to understand there's no more dilution for Tekom till 2026. So whatever token is in circulation now, this is the only thing that's going to be in circulation till the end of, sometime in 2026. So there's no more dilution for another year. This is one of the reasons I like about it. On top of this is a Bitcoin layer 2. Layer 2s do well. And layer 1s do well. And this is the fastest one. So there's going to be a little bit of free marketing on that in that sense, where it's the fastest blockchain. When retail comes into crypto and they see the fastest blockchain, 3.5 million TPS, they're going to be somewhat attached to that and they're going to buy it. So I wouldn't advise it, but if you don't hold any, RWA coin, I would suggest you hold Relio as a safety in it. Relio can give you a 20 to 30x, 2 to 3 million, 2 to 3 billion for Relio should be achievable. There's a lot of institutions behind Relio, and Relio is being utilized. Well, no, okay, so hits Zeo. Free does not have the same devs from Tekom. Tekom is just an what is it called? They're watching over the project for the short period of time. Then aggregator or something. What's that word? When they just look over the project. It's incubator. They're just an incubator of Free. Eventually, when Free gets back on their feet, in a couple of months, all the Tekom team is going to leave Free to do on his own thing. So they're just an incubator for Free. They're not actually, the team from Tekom's not working on Free or anything along those lines. Free isn't built on Tekom. Tekom's just an incubator for them. Free is a bit niche though, in my opinion. Is e-commerce. It's a little bit niche. There's too many of those in the crypto space. I don't really like that narrative. Oh, Cubic got a new exchange. Look, Cubic fundamentally is a very, very good project. There's some very, very big people behind it. I kind of like, when this first came out, I never really looked into it, kind of said it was ass. But then when I actually looked into the fundamentals of the project, it's actually not a bad project. They've got some good tech. The only thing is, I just don't think it's going to perform that well. This pumped based on the fact that the guy behind IONET or IOTA is behind this, the CEO is behind this. That's not enough to pump it. And one of the guys who wrote Bitcoin white paper is behind this. I don't think that's enough to pump it. That's why I haven't really touched this project. It's already 200 million market cap. They probably get a few more exchange listings, but look at these exchange listings, they're awful. And the exchange listing they got wasn't even a big exchange, it was some terrible exchange. So fundamentally it makes no difference. That's why we didn't really see no price action with the exchange listing, because the exchange was just dead. It was like a lower exchange that no one even knows about. What's a good price to buy Naka? Well, Naka's got a big unlock on the 14th, so potentially on the 15th or 16th it will be a good time to buy. If you can get Naka 90 cents, 80 cents, that's a good bag long term. It already went as low as 91 cents on the last drop. It'll most likely come back down and may go to the 80 cents on the unlock. So put your orders 90 to 80 cents between that region. That is a good long term bag for Naka. And Naka always recovers with the market because it's strong. Look at the trading volume. It's 50%. This shows a lot of interest in the project. That is ridiculous trading volume for a project that's only 100 million in market cap. You can go find projects that is close to $1 billion. They will never have this type of trading volume. So keep in mind, sometimes trading volume does make a difference in a project because there's a lot of interest in a project. As soon as this drops, people are willing to scoop it up. I can tell you a few dead gaming projects. This is a dead gaming project that's double the market cap. But look at the trading volume. It's 6-7 million. But the market cap is like 2.5 times bigger than Naka. I don't even think Gala has that type of trading volume. Let's see. Yeah, even look, Gala's like 7 times bigger, but the trading volume is almost the same. Same as Naka. So trading volume does make a difference in a low cap. AGI's trading volume is really good as well for the market they have. Like this is a little bit low now, but at one point this was like 50-60 million. And also shows there's a lot of interest in the project. Yeah, hit the likes, boys. Let's hit the likes. Just got into Every, very new. Can you check it out, please? Yeah, Zongo, I can have a look at that, my friend. No problem. Every. Where is this at? Where is it at, Zongo? Because I can't find it. If I can't find it, that means it's probably not even listed on coin market cap yet. Oh, there he is. I got it. Volume is pretty decent. Brand new project, just come out. Uniswap only. Makes sense. It's only on Uniswap. Eevee is a cutting-edge blockchain platform that offers native support for AI, gaming, real-world assets, on decentralized physical infrastructure through the integration, specialized framework of each domain. So it covers AI, gaming, and RWA. I don't know how they're going to do that. That doesn't even make sense. Where technology meets possibilities, not just another blockchain, it's a transformative ecosystem designed. But how are you guys gonna? Okay, so a playground for visionaries. Bro, explain to me how you're gonna use it. So enabling intelligent dApps with advanced infrastructure, gaming, empowering next-gen gaming, robust tools. So it's got gaming tools, got SDKs. Okay. Depin as well covers Depin framework would support the development of decentralized infrastructure by providing necessary RWA. Every RWA framework evolution of the managed blockchain offers identity. Yeah, this doesn't even look too bad, my friend. So there's total supply 800, circulating supply, so it's almost 100% in circulation. They've got a minting supply as well. So that's for the reward. Okay, so 250 is for the reward. That is ultimately what, that's basically the full. So this is the circulating supply. We don't know what the tokens are being used for, liquidity, utility, and that is the reward. That's a big chunk for the reward though. It's pretty good, that is. Is the team doxed? Team is most likely doxed. This is like a trade, if anything. This looks like decent. Yeah, this doesn't even look that bad, my friend. Oh, the team is doxed. Oh, we are anonymous. Okay. Wow, look how smart that is. That's actually funny. We are collectively decided to remain anonymous to emphasize the impact of our work rather than seeking individual recognition. That is not the reason people want you to be doxed for recognition. People want you to be doxed in case you try to rogue the project. That's actually kind of smart the way they done that. But yeah, look, the team's not doxed, but this is decent trade though. I'll have to look into the tokenomics a little bit further. I want to know what this 550 million that's in circulation, where is that going? Let me add that to the list. This is not a bad project, my friend. This is not a bad project. Look, crypto is full of scams, right? But the scam that sounds the best will make you money. That's all it's about. Especially in the altcoin narrative that we are in. That's all it matters. Is these scams can make you money. This is most likely a scam, but it will make us money. That's all that matters. It's not bad though. Good shout, my friend. TA analysis says Sensei is a better position at alt to DCA. Yeah, because the TA on alt says they're going to go 10 to 12 cents. That is the TA for alt. But Sensei will likely go down a bit. It's pumped back up, but it will most likely go down. But it is a good time to accumulate though. But I want to accumulate over here between 7 to 8 regions. I don't want to buy it now, even though doesn't make a difference. But I've already got a decent bag on this anyways. Is it 60 million on CoinGecko? Okay. Do you have anyone for global macro views? I normally listen to Ben Cowan for global macro news. He's pretty good at that. If you want to listen to anyone, Khalid, listen to Ben Cowan. So far, he's been right. This year, he's been right. Last year, it was off, but this year, he's been really good. How low? Well, TET is holding up his levels right now. TET is holding up fairly strong, in my opinion. but tech can go as low as $4 to $5. I would put orders there in case it goes that low, but I'm not going to touch this until it consolidates at a price for at least a week. Because if it consolidates at a price, that means all the sellers are done and people are going to accumulate at that price. For example, let me zoom out, right? This was a fallen knife for a long time until it was consolidating here for a long time. Almost a month it was consolidating at these prices, 3 to 4. It was at least a couple of weeks, I would say. You have to wait a couple of weeks to see if it will consolidate. Because right now, this is just a fallen knife. I don't want to be buying fallen knives. Look at this. It will sit here for like 2-3 days or maybe, and it will just go up and it will dump back down. It has to consolidate before you can buy this now. And AI tech could go as low as like 9 cents. I think 9 cents is most likely for AI tech. Right now, we're just consolidating for a bit. But AI tech long term is going to do really well anyway, so I'm not too concerned with this. If the lower it goes, the better it'll be anyway, because I'll just accumulate more. This is why we DCA, because no one can time the bottom for these type of projects. Khalid, just chill out, bro. Bro, Khalid, use that £10, my friend, to buy some coins. Don't send it to me, my friend. Appreciate it though, very much, Khalid. But don't use that to send it to me. Buy some more coins with it. Rock, it's good to see you. Mavia, you're good, my friend. Don't worry. This is why I do these live streams, so you guys can ask the questions. There's one particular project that I'm curious to know about. It's share ads. Let's have a look at ads. Is this new? So it's basically 100% in circulation, terrible exchanges. Sometimes these exchanges are awful for these projects. Web3 standard for digital advertising built with us. What makes them unique though is the full blockchain ecosystem for ad tech, instant, secure, transparent peer-to-peer transaction, ad settlement, and decentralized ad networks. Yeah, I mean, look, these ad networks don't really perform, I'll be honest with you. I mean, a prime example of what projects don't perform is Alchemy. Alchemy was like the biggest, I would say, in terms of ad revenue and ad type of projects. Alchemy was the biggest, the most known one for like low caps. Look at the way this has performed in the last year. This is ultimately done like a 3x. That should be a sign that this narrative is not going to do well, Vieira. So I wouldn't invest in these type of narratives unless they implement some sort of Depin AI type of narrative. Because this ad stuff, no one really uses them. At the end of the day, we're here to make money. You don't need to over diversify in narratives that's not going to make you that much money. So I wouldn't invest into these type of projects. Because Alchemy barely performed in the last, year, 2 years, whatever he's been around for. Probably been around way longer than that, but it hasn't performed. So I don't know why, that project in the same narrative is going to do well. Sean, good to see you, my friend. Fiznik, how you doing, my friend? Couple of tokens I have on my watch list that I did not see in your tier list. Yeah, look, Sean, there was way too many projects on the RWA sector. I can't put all of them in there. I just put the most known ones. If I just put all of them in there, it's gonna take too long. And you gotta keep in mind, right? I have to do those videos without no cuts. And for me to remember like 20 different projects and their background is gonna be a little bit of a, I think it was already like almost 20 projects on there. If I had to add 10 more projects, I probably would have forgot what I was talking about. That's why. Hey, today, I got football later, so I can't live stream later, so I decided to do an early one today. That is why I'm on live a bit early. Powell says not cutting rates, making me think the complete opposite ultimately. Well, I mean, look, they're not going to cut rates. Well, this is the thing, right? In 2019, they said they're not going to cut rates. And then ultimately what they done was they cut 3 months back to back. But those rate cuts brought the market down, especially Bitcoin, because those rate cuts were forced. So this is what you guys got to understand, right? The significant difference is between a rate cut and a pivot is if the data is still bearish, for example, inflation is still high and they cut the rates, that is going to bring Bitcoin down. So do not think rate cuts are always bullish. It all depends on the scenario. If you see inflation come down to like 2.2%, 2.5%, around those regions, and they cut rates, that is ultimately bullish because they're very close to their target, and they're cutting rates because they've done enough now. They can ultimately ease off now. But if inflation is still like close to 3%, 2.9%, 2.3%, 2.8%, and they cut rates, that means they've broken something in the system and they're forced to cut rates, which ultimately what it does is it brings the price of Bitcoin down. This is exactly what happened in 2019. Those rate cuts brought Bitcoin down. It didn't pump it. The way that it worked is, I don't know if I can go back out. It was can I zoom into this? It was like somewhere here. It was literally like somewhere here, right? They cut rates. Bitcoin came down here, then recovered, and then there was a third rate cut, and then the recession got announced, and then we had a massive drop. And then we had a massive drop from here. And then it was over here. Look, it came down over here, consolidated for a bit, recovered, and then we had this recession announcement, which made it bring down significantly, and that was the final dip. And then from there, we only went up. But because the initial rate cut, it brought the market down like this, Bitcoin went down significantly. Not significantly, but at the time, it was pretty good amount. And then it recovered, and then they cut 3 times in a row, and then they caused the recession announcement, and then the Fed just pivoted, and they printed like 11 trillion in like 2 weeks. And then from there, we only went up. So, there is a significant difference on a rate cut, that is healthy, and a rate cut that is forced. So keep that in mind. Sometimes people keep asking, we need a rate cut, we need a rate cut. If it's a forced rate cut, Bitcoin's only going to go down. Altcoins are only going to get wrecked. So do be careful when you ask for a rate cut. That is a significant difference between a forced rate cut and a healthy rate cut. You have got $70 from Jewel, the on stake, going to buy some more Sensei. Yeah, good idea. Jewel is terrible. Okay, boys, listen, I actually forgot anyone that holds checks, this project is a scam. Do not buy this token. The team has left the project. Anyone who staked this token, no, they're not giving their tokens back. So realistically, this is more or less a scam. So do not buy this token. Anyone who holds this, either get rid of it because the team has completely left the project, and anyone who staked their tokens, they're not even giving their stake tokens, which is weird. So that is a scam, my friends. Do not buy that token. Just a daily reminder. Yeah, Kofi, I've already looked into that project. Yeah, Hoover, I finally got monetized, man. Took me at least like a month and a half of like 5-6 days a week live streams. It took a long time. Alex, how you doing, my friend? Happy Tuesday to everyone. Need to rewind some stream later because I'm a bit late. Yeah, you're good. The first was, I think it was just a couple coin reviews, so it's not nothing major, Alex. Khalid, how much Sensei will be enough to make 500k? 500k on Sensei. Well, you need to have at least 10 grand to make 500k comfortably. If you hold all the way to the end, maybe you might make 500k off 500 grand if he does 100x. But you guys keep in mind, right? This is something I'll keep you guys updated on Sensei. This is only for my private group, right? Not even for my private group, for my people who watch me on YouTube. Fetch ultimately works very, very closely with Sensei and AGIX and Ocean. Keep that in mind, right? Those guys work. Sensei works with these guys very closely. AGIX and Ocean has ultimately went into Fetch. So they're using a fetch token now. You know, all the people who hold AGIX will get the fetch token eventually, slowly. And Sensei works with all three of them. So this concept of ASI, right, is very unique in crypto. If these guys ever was to get a shout out because he works with all three of them in a bull run from these guys, you know, that will make Sensei go parabolic, because Fetch follows and works with Sensei, AGIX works with Sensei, and Ocean works with Sensei. So this is why little stuff like that, that partnerships could do really well. Yeah, we got a second Khalid. Oh, that's funny, that is. Khalid is taking your spot. Nah, Khalid, you can have the spot, my friend. You're good. Keep the lights going, guys. His shorts and concise analysis is unique. You're gonna fly, bro. Appreciate you, my friend. Hits Zayo. Been fading tech terms since $20, then at 15, then at 9. Now I'm fading at 7. We'll wait for eventual DC alert. I will give a DC alert on Fetch. I mean on tech term, but it has to be when it consolidates. For anyone that don't have a bag, you know, you can grab an initial bag now. You're gonna be that the long term, that is gonna do really well, because the one thing that a lot of the tech community, because the tech community is very, very strong. One of the things they really fundamentally lacked, the team kind of disattached themselves from the community. They wasn't responsive. You know, the first year and a half when they come out, the team was very active with the community. They was constantly there, giving updates. And then after this parabolic run, the team kind of distanced themselves from the community, and everyone kind of lost the interest in the project. But now they're doing weekly AMAs. You know, the CEOs in there, the CTOs are in there, all of those guys are in there communicating with the people. And the main thing is now they've got a product now. So their soft nodes are going to be finished by the end of the year, and the SDKs are going to be live by the end of the year. So that means projects can build on Tectum soon. This is ultimately what we was waiting for the whole time. You know, if you pumped 14x initially without a product, without even SDKs, when they get it, it'll perform even better, because they're aiming for mainstream adoption. And there's a lot of talks about El Salvador, you know, wanting to use soft nodes. If that happens, you know, we could see Tectum go into at least 5 to 10 billion, you know, if a whole country is utilizing it. But you will get a minimum at 20x with Tectum, I reckon, especially from these prices. There's other, even apart from the soft nodes, there's still a fast layer 1. You know, there's still a layer 2 to Bitcoin. There's other features as well. Yeah, it did kind of that massive wick down on Bitcoin was the recession announcement. So it was 3 rate cuts, then the recession happened. Smash the likes, otherwise I will waste $5 super chat when I get what I could have put it in. Yeah, always hold strong, like, because apart from the doing the buybacks, they do burns, and the early investors are down. The vesting isn't harsh. That's why it's holding very well. And the fact that they're doing constant updates, like the fact now they got access to open AI technology from Microsoft. So the part of the grant was, you know, they give them a little bit of money, but when a project earns 12 million annually profits, the little money that Microsoft is giving them is probably pennies to them. You know, if your project is doing 600k buybacks every single quarter with their profits, I don't think the little money Microsoft is going to give them is even beneficial to them, because they're already self-sufficient. However, you know, getting access to Microsoft's technology is what's going to make all even better. So now on the AI agent side, you know, with OpenAI, the AI agents are going to get even better, and they're going to get more advanced, and probably more institutions might adopt it. So this is why you guys got to keep in mind, you know, with these strategic partnerships, there's a lot of benefits. Like Sensei has a strategic partnership with Fetch AI, meaning they work together, they use each of those technologies or whatever to improve it. This is why Sensei's, you know, AI agent is so much better than all these other twin protocols. Is an AMA with all on the cards? Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I'm gonna reach out to them. I'm gonna reach out to them to get an AMA with me. I've got one of the contacts within the team, but they're so busy, I don't think they'll probably give it to me though. But I will try though. That would be quite massive. I will try though. I'm gonna reach out to some of those guys that I speak to within the alt team and see if they can get me AMA. It doesn't even have to be with the CEO. It could be one of the marketing guy, whatever it is. I play midfielder, Alex. But it's good to see you, my friend. Is keep hitting the gym. Gym's always important. Why does the rate cut bring it down? What does the rate cut price up second one after December? Well, it depends what the rate cut is. If it's a healthy rate cut, because inflation's gone down and they're cutting rates because they don't need to keep it that high, that is ultimately bullish. But if we have a rate cut where they force the cut early and inflation is still high, that is unhealthy because that means they've broken something in the system. Khalid's twin brother, never Khalid. Yo, Khalid said don't confuse him with the other one. Do you have a rule for DCA and like no other percentage of the portfolio? Okay, so my approach to DCA math is your initial bag should be something, a very small bag. So let's say for a project like, I don't know, what project should I look at? It doesn't really matter about the project actually. Your initial bag should be something, let's say there's a brand new project, very low cap. Your initial bag should be something you don't mind going down 60%, 80%, whatever it is. You just want to have a position in there in case someone manipulates the price. So your initial bag should be very small, just so you don't miss the trend. For example, next week the market could turn bullish. You didn't even get a bag because you're waiting for lower prices. You should always get a bag in there just in case. This bag should be very small to the point where you don't even care if it goes down 99% because you will accumulate more. This is what your initial bag should be. And then my second bag will always be below seed prices or at seed prices. And then if it goes lower than that, then I'll hit my final DCA. And that final DCA should be the time where the project is going to be somewhere near the bottom. And then because you've only bought a small bag initially, your second bag should be a decent sized one. That will bring your averages way lower to seed prices. And then if it goes below seed prices, then your last bag should bring your averages even lower. It's all about the averages. This is how I DCA. And a lot of other groups are starting to take this from me. This is the way I've given my buy alerts. This is the way I've given all my coins. So it doesn't pump and dump the chart. All these other groups just do a buy alert, take profits on their own Patreon members because, if 1,000 people buys after you, you can make it easily 3x on your bag. So what these YouTubers do is they buy an initial bag, they buy a long-term bag, and then they grab a trade bag and then they dump on their own Patreons. Because I don't like dumping on people. I like to give DCA alerts so I don't pump the price. That is ultimately the way I DCA. And a lot of other groups are starting to take that now as well. You guys will see this implemented in other groups now, I've noticed. Yo, Rocket, that's funny. Yeah, immunity dropped because what they've done is they've given the unlocks. Well, one of the tournaments they basically gave the coins to the people. That's why immunity dropped. It's not because anyone's dumping. It's one of the tournaments they gave. Normally they do USDT, so the price barely drops on these tournaments. However, on one of the tournaments they were giving out immunity tokens, so this is why the price dropped. But generally on the tournaments they give out USDT, so they give out their own pockets. Have they changed the tokenomics, Hyperlook? I haven't been up to date with the tokenomics. Send me the tokenomics. I'll have a look at it. If it has changed, DEAI is a very, very good project. It's ultimately building, it's like a layer 1 for AI, and you can build on them. It's basically the Ethereum of AI. This is what it aims to be. Building dApps and stuff on there. Ultimately, if they have changed the tokenomics, then it will be a decent investment. But the reason I don't like it is if you go on here, right, and you go on DEAI, I'll explain to you why I don't like this project. Because these guys are still up, the IDOs, they're still up on the investment, right? So this is kind of fair launch because everyone got the same money. So these guys are still up. But if you look at the vesting schedule, yeah, so 7.5%, public sale is almost done. Advisors are going to get their tokens very soon. All the unlock is happening in the midst of the bull run. If you could look over here, 2025, all the unlocks are happening then. But if you look at the market cap, right? So right now it's 26 million. You know, by sometime next year, it's going to be like 80, 90 million. Yeah, so by the start of next year, it's already going to be 70 million. So a 10x is going to be like 700 million. That's a lot of money. This could do like a 20x maybe. But if I want a 20x, I'll just buy AI tech. And the exchange listings are even worse. This is the thing, right? Look at the exchange listings. These are terrible. Uniswap, Mexi. Mexi's not even on that actually. Bitmart, Uniswap, CoinX, whatever the hell this is. The exchanges are terrible. And if the market cap is going to be that high by the start of next year, like March, you know, April times, why would I hold this token? It doesn't make sense. By February, it's going to be 65 million in market cap. That's fairly high, in my opinion. That's why I don't like it. That's pretty big market cap for a project that's on terrible exchanges. If this had good exchanges, I'll be like, fair enough. Because the exchanges are so ass, it doesn't make sense for me to invest in it. When I can just hold AI tech, because AI tech is going to be like probably double the market cap of this, but at least you'll get a bunch of tier 1 exchange listings and it'll give you the same amount of X's discount. So this is why I don't like this project, my friend. I don't know how they fix the tokenomics. Maybe they burnt a little bit of the supply, but that's not going to change anything ultimately. Because their market cap is still going to be 60 million. So yeah. What is the chart looking like for this project? Let's have a look. Chart's looking kind of normal, to be fair. This is what most coins are looking like now anyway, so I wouldn't hate on this. But this is a good project. Like, don't get me wrong. It's a very, very good project. But the only thing is, I just don't think it's going to do well just based off the exchange listings. If you can speak to the team and ask them, are they going to get some tier 1 exchange or even tier 2, tier 3 exchanges, then you can probably perform. But Bitmart is one of the worst exchanges in the world. Most people don't even have access to Bitmart. There's no liquidity on there at all. I have Bitmart. I have a Bitmart account. I can't buy anything on there. It's terrible. You know, and these guys are still up a little bit anyway. So that's why I don't really like this project. It's specifically for that reason. It's just not worth the investment. Some projects are really good. They're just not worth the investment because at the end of the day, we are here to make money. We are here to make money. Exchange listings, marketing, all of this stuff matters in crypto. I don't know how wealthy these guys are. If institutions are using their product, they're making money. Because if a project don't have money, how are they going to market? How are they going to get these exchange listings? Look at OctaSpace, bro. They're so broke, you know, that they're asking their own community to raise 400k for an exchange listing. That's how broke they are. Why would you even invest in a project that has no money? You know it has no money. If these guys had money, they would have only got Mexi in like 2.5 years. These guys have been around since 2022, mid 2022 or early 2022. They've been around for ages. They've been around for 2.5 years and they're not making no money on their product. So all these rendering they're doing for Coca-Cola, supposedly, they're not making no money from it. Or they're making enough to pay themselves. So this is why I don't like these type of projects. Even though the chart looks really good. Nah, don't do that, Southflex. Southflex, don't do that, bro. Immunity should be a small percentage of your portfolio. If you want a short-term gain, Southflex, put it in, or put it in AGI actually. Southflex, listen, I'm going to give a trade alert today in the group. So in AGI, I'm going to give a good trade alert. You can make some good money short-term. So just wait for that. Don't put your money into immunity. What's immunity's price now anyways? Yeah, so just consolidating at these regions. You are right. That is what they do. Do a quick 2x, sell the initial, leave the free bag. Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. G, you should make a video rating projects, not in terms of X's, but in terms of the project itself. That would piss them. Bro, all these tier listing videos piss people off. For example, when I made my AI Depin narrative video, my tier list, there was a guy that commented today, What did he say? He goes, you don't know nothing, stop chatting shit. He said something like that, something stupid like that. Obviously, I deleted this comment because it's waffling, bro. I don't like wafflers. OctaSpace ticker ass. That's true, bro. Like, you guys sometimes you gotta take in consideration, right? The reason the chart is so healthy for OctaSpace is because 30% of the supply is staked. What do you think will happen when that gets unstaked and all these people made a bunch of OctaSpace tokens for free? They're gonna dump this down, and I don't think there's a lot of I don't think there's a bunch of people waiting to buy this up. That's what I don't think it will be. You know, the chart just looks really good. This is why people like this project, because the chart looks really good. Yeah, Soulflex, you've lost the plot, bro. You actually have. Yeah, no problem, Hyper. Look, there's a bunch of influencers that will never tell you the bad side of these projects. I will tell you the bad sides of my own project. I don't really care, because at the end of the day, you guys gotta have to know the risks of investing into these projects. So I have to tell you that the bad sides as well. But, you know, a lot of people don't even look at vesting schedules. There's a bunch of YouTubers that don't even look at vesting schedules. You know, otherwise they would not be telling you to buy Corpo at $1. You gotta look at vesting schedules. You gotta look at what the market cap is going to be at the start of next year. Let's say the bull run is going to be next year. The market cap is 65 million. You have to base your amount of X's based on that market cap at the start of the year. This is what you have to do. You know, some of these projects are okay to invest into because all the early investors are down so much that you're getting it way below their prices. So they're not going to dump on you unless it's at like 80-90% loss. For example, Munity. All the early investors on Munity are probably down like 85-90%. They're not going to dump at 90% loss when they get their tokens. You know, this is what you have to take in consideration. Investing schedule is very important. But the thing with OctaSpace is, you know, they don't have no money. How are they going to market? Who's going to pay for these exchange listings? It's going to be the community at this point. How's the community going to raise 400k? And the only way they can do it, I don't think the team is dumping this. This is why it's holding off so well. But the team has no money. So eventually, when it comes to it and the whole community is asking them, where's the marketing? How come there's no marketing? They're going to be forced to dump their own tokens in order to raise that money. Imagine dumping 400k of this when the liquidity is a lot lower. I don't even know what the liquidity is for OctaSpace. I can't imagine it's that much. When they have to dump like 300-400k to do marketing and stuff, the price is going to tank. So, you know, I'm not bullish on projects that ask the community, you know, for money. It's not a good sign, bro. I can't believe people don't see it as a red flag. From curiosity, do you know what makes the ICP tech so special? Or is it a myth about the tech? I know it's not good as a... I don't know, you know. I've never really deep dive into ICP. Never really looked into it, but the tech is good though, from what I heard. I'll have to look. Let me look into this actually. I'll look into this today. I want to see what the hype is about. But the tech behind these guys are really, really good though. Compute AI, Web3 social network, order books. Start hacking, bro. You guys can start hacking today with ICP. Yeah, this is like an AI Depin project, to be fair. I don't know what the hype is behind this, but it's been doing fairly well though. It's almost done a 10x, which is pretty decent. Chart looks terrible though. I think people are expecting for it to go back to $500. I think this is what people are expecting. At the heights, it was 20 billion when he launched. When he's come out, it had a massive rally. Probably will do again though. He'll probably do at least 10 billion though, at least. The tech is good behind this though. I do like the tech. Finally, ICP subscribed. But look, these are for the normies. These type of projects are for the normies. You know, the Cardano lovers, the XRP lovers. This is the type of project they love. They're not gonna make him no money, bro. We're here to make life-changing money, not wife-changing money. Not not I can buy a new car money, bro. This is why here. That's what we're here for, boys. Like wife-changing money. G, which out of your higher conviction coins do you have direct access to the team? Right now I have access to Sensei or what else? Chirply. I have access to Chirply. What else? I have a little bit of access to AI tech. I have a decent amount of access to AI tech, and I'm gonna try get into the AGI one. I don't know if they have a whale group, but I hold a big chunk of AGI, so I can potentially get into the whale group. I don't know if they have one though, but I'm gonna speak to one. The thing with AI tech, AGI is hard to get to the team. Even with alt, it's very, very hard to get to the actual team. You have to get through the third party. Third party will let you know a few stuff, but in order to get access to the actual, guy from alt, the CEOs and stuff, it's gonna be very hard. So I get it through a third party. Minato, enjoy work, my friend. We have to make more money in order to invest. Buy any car money. Yes, exactly. Buy any car money. That's what we're waiting for. Yeah, look out for that AGI trade. I'm gonna give it today. I have to look into it. I've never. The thing with what's it called? The thing with ICP is I've never really looked into it deeply. To some of these other coins I've looked into, but the tech is really good though. That's what I've heard. I've watched a couple of videos on it. I can understand to a basic degree, but it is quite good. But the only thing is, it just keeps getting suppressed. They don't want to see projects that can change something do well. This is why they don't like privacy tokens. Last cycle they suppressed privacy tokens really hard. Even though they did well, but they all dumped really hard. That's why privacy tokens now just don't perform. Because they know they'll never let it get off the ground. Any big privacy token will just get suppressed really hard. Supri, how you doing, my friend? Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at your token. These guys don't like anything that will challenge the current system. And this is what crypto is made to do, is challenge the current system. Anything that has any sort of actual chance of changing something, they don't like it. And they'll suppress it. So anything privacy, for example, they just keep destroying it. They'll call it a security. They do anything to suppress it. Because the more money invest into the project, the more power it has, the more money the project has to develop. Because obviously the team dumps the tokens. But none of us are stupid, but we all know these crypto teams dump their tokens. Everyone knows this. Look at Polkadot. I think Polkadot spent like 34 million on marketing, just marketing. All of that stuff came out. They paid influencers like 7 million to show Polkadot that cycle. That's why it performed so well. This cycle, without actual any marketing, look how dead they are. They're pretty much dead. It's very, very important marketing is. Yeah, look. Buzz, that's funny. The thing is, right, with low cap projects, it should be a very small percentage. Like with Munity, buy a bag, don't look at it for 5 to 6 months. Come back, it might do 100x. So that's how you gotta move these low cap projects, micro cap projects. Anyone who puts the life changing money, like crazy money in these low caps are just very, very degen. What is that? What is that emoji, bro? That looks sick. What is this? Web3 Lab 3D asset security open USD plus blockchain. This looks like a scam. Okay, staking. Okay, so they got NVIDIA incentive program. That's pretty good. Proud to be part of the NVIDIA incentive. Why is this like an NFT thing? AI powered portal virtual personalized updates. Nvidia Omniverse. This website is awful, bro. I would not invest into this, bro. This looks terrible, bro. What the fuck is this? They do something for Nvidia. Non-Uniswap. There's no way this does something for Nvidia. The trading volume is decent. What the hell? Is that 20,000 or 20 million? Am I bugging out? That's 20k trading volume. That's awful, that is. Let me have a look at this. What do they do for Nvidia? Seems they do something for Nvidia. Nvidia Omniverse is an advanced API pipeline capable of creating connections between some of the most powerful design software suites. Revolutionary for workflows. Yeah, this looks. I wouldn't invest into this, but this looks awful. It's like 20k volume, but why is the market cap so high? Yo, this had a massive rally. Yo, this one hundreds of X's. What the hell? It went to 80 million. No way. 90 million. Yo, Serpri, why is this project? What does it do? It seems to do something with Nvidia. Let me look into this one, bro. This one crazy numbers though. What the hell? I'm most bullish on the AI sector. That's why I'm asking about AI gems. What is the best AI coin storage? Filecoin are with a higher market cap. Any other lower cap gems? Yeah, look, the best one is Alt. I don't know if you guys realize Alt is a storage project, a layer 1, AI and Depin. They do all four. And they do all four to a high level. So it's not just they just like OctaSpace, right? When they initially came out, I remember when I was going to buy it, you know, I bought a trade that they got rid of it. It was terrible. You know, it aimed to do gaming, VPNs and Deepin. But then they got rid of the gaming side because they got rid of all their staff. They had a bunch of staffs. They got rid of all of them. Now there's only 2 guys left. This is why I didn't like it. It's like how, you know, you can just tell a project has no money from when they get rid of half of their teams because they can't pay them. This was in 2022. But Hyperlook, you know, all provides the entire storage for the BNB Greenfield thing. So this is the BNB Greenfield is the AI Deepin or the AI and storage sector of the BNB chain. And they provide the storage for those guys. So ultimately they provide storage for the BNB chain. So these guys are being used on the storage side. On the AI side, the AI agent is being used by DAO. Everybody knows DAO. You probably got a laptop that's owned by DAO. You got a Lenovo that's probably the same thing. Lenovo Image, which is the printing division of the Lenovo company. You got the likes of Tencent Cloud, massive company. Seagate, massive company. There's big institutions that's utilizing them for different things. You know, these guys use the Deepin sector with the nodes. They got super nodes. Now they've got Microsoft on a super node as well. And then now with the open AI access from Microsoft, their AI agents are going to only get better now. You know, and their storage side is pretty good as well. Their storage side is good as well. You know, they've got storage, data hub, and compute. So they got Deepin. The Deepin sector is coming very soon. Maybe I think it's by the end of this year. The Deepin aspect is coming. Right now, there is no Deepin. There's only AI and there's only storage. When the Deepin comes, there's going to be a bunch of institutions utilizing the Deepin. And then when that happens, they're going to earn even more money. There's going to be more money on the system, more exchange listings. You know, their nodes are pretty cheap as well. You can probably get a node for, I think it's like $300 or something. You know, this is the AI agent. Or hey there, I'm Alt's guy, blah, blah, blah. This is what they do for DAO and Lenovo. They provide the customer service thing for DAO and Lenovo's customers. You know, if you guys go look at it, zoom into that. Look at all their partners. It's all their partners. They got all these top universities from America as well. So if you guys want a good storage project, good AI, good Depin, you know, a layer 1 as well. Now you gotta understand, these guys have their own layer 1, and it's better than Casper's layer 1 because they can do smart contracts. They can run 20,000 TPS. You know, Casper can't run smart contracts at the moment. Just saying. Even though Casper's a good project. Casper's only a good project because of his community. The tech is ass. Well, the tech is good, but it's not complete. Once Casper's tech is complete, then it will be a top project. Right now, they can't run smart contracts. I think they're working on it though. But Casper overall is a good project to have in your portfolio. It's been performing extremely well. The only thing I don't like about Casper is the crazy community they have. Their community is like a cult. If you say anything bad about them, they'll just get on you. You know, that's not healthy in the crypto space, bro. But look at this, like this is how good they've 90% reduced costs, core reduced 80%, average. You know what this means is when the AI agents, people are asking them questions, they don't have to call. They don't have to get through to an agent. They get answered by the Alts AI agent. And the overall satisfaction is 95%, which is really good. So these guys are one of the best AI agents. You can use it for multiple things, personal assistants. This is what Sensei is going to implement in their AI agent soon. Okay, Crypto, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you as well. Let me take a little ad break, bro. Little ad break. You guys want to join my private community? You know, this is the only tier available. You guys can join. I'm limiting the space. 300 people only. So there's only about 120 spots left. When the market picks up, it's going to fill up very, very quickly. Very quickly. So get your spot now while it's still there. I'm not going to open no more spots after 300. I'm pushing 350 max. That is the max I'm going to have. After that, you will not be able to get a spot. Keep in mind the amount of X's I made in the last 2 years. Keep that in mind. Over 1,000 X right here. In the bear market. You know, in the next bear market, I'll more or less do the same thing. Mavia. No, Mavia is decent. I think Mavia will get a Binance listing because it's backed by Binance Labs. Anything backed by the Binance Labs is going to get on Binance, most likely, because, like I said, they want to pump their own bags. At the end of the day, these guys do make money like that. Pure manipulation. But, no, even after this massive drop, the early investors are still up 170%. So just over 1x. At the same time, you know, that's only 40k raised. What do you think these guys are up? The strategic and the seed. These guys are up huge amounts. You know, if these guys are still up, the IEOs are. This is why a lot of this stuff is undisclosed. Because they probably got some really crazy prices. So yeah, the seed guys are probably up. I can probably work it out what the seed guys, you know, what the price is. I'll work it out. You can work it out with the market cap and all these type of stuff. You can work it out. $24 million market cap. That's the initial value. Okay. So 5.5, 7.5, 4. So that's their price. They only raised 4k. Yeah, this is gonna dump for a while. Luckily, the vesting schedule for Mavia is pretty decent. You know, by the start of next year, it will be ultimately 65 million in market cap. Like a 20x could be possible for this, 10 to 20x, no more than that. Yeah, if you look K Crypto, if you hold this project Mavia, I wouldn't buy it now. I'll wait for it to go a bit lower. This is just it had a little decent rally short term. After it had a massive drop, of course, it's gonna rally a little bit. This chart looks like a lie. But with Mavia, I would potentially wait a little bit longer. It's not going to pump anytime soon. No one really cares about it. It's too high a market cap for any group to manipulate it. Just let it dump. Just keep letting it dump. At some point it will be worth the investment, but just not now. At some point it will be worth the investment. I just don't think it's wise touching it now, especially when the market's so dead. Game is dead at the moment. Although some people will be like, this is the best time to buy, but look, no group can pump this project up. There's no one can manipulate this. It'll pump, but when gaming narrative kicks in anyways, everything pumps. So, we just have to get in just a little bit before the narrative kicks in. But there's no rush to buy this project. No one's rushing to go buy Mavia. Do you see any negatives about All and Sensei? So with All, the only thing most people don't like about All is the fact that 90% of the supply is in one wallet, which is ultimately the Genesis wallet, which is a mining wallet and the vesting wallet put in one. But I spoke to the team. I told them, listen, this doesn't look professional because in a crypto space, there's so many rug pulls. If one wallet holds all of the supply, you need to put in a smart contract. And they said this is what they're going to do. So that was the only concern that everyone had with All, was the fact that one wallet held 90% of the supply. But the counter to that is these guys are a publicly registered company in the US. So they cannot just rug the project. All of them will go to jail. Every single team member on All is doxxed, fully doxxed. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they're fully doxxed. They are a publicly registered company. They cannot just rug the project, because ultimately what will happen is they'll all go to jail. And they've got 2 US patents. So they are legit. And they're a registered company, which means if they do rug, which is very unlikely, they will go to jail themselves. This is why the 90% in thingy to me is not a concern. If there wasn't a registered company, then I would be somewhat wary, because we can't trust these crypto teams. It doesn't matter how good a project is. I just cannot trust these teams. But because they're a registered company in America, if they rug, they will get sent to jail themselves. I just don't see them doing that. They already earn so much money annually from these big companies, institutions. Why would they rug it? It'll be the dumbest thing to rug. They'll just collapse the whole system, because they need the blockchain. They need it for the storage side. They need it for the nodes. They need it for everything. They need the blockchain. So they cannot just rug their own project. So yeah, that is the only downside for All, was the fact that the 90% of the wallets are in, 90% of the supply is in one wallet, so 89% now. But there's a counter to that as well. Yeah, the only thing bad about Sensei is the exchange listings. And the fact that there is other projects similar to Sensei. There is other twin protocols. But I have tested most of them. None of them are as good as Sensei. All of them are terrible in my opinion. Now, Sensei does have competition, that's the thing. But they're going to get decent exchange listings anyways, Sensei. So it doesn't really matter. I really don't like Caspian Maxis, similar to the Cardano on XRP. Yeah, but I think Caspian Maxis are worse than Cardano on XRP. I think XRP is probably the worst, because they're just retards, complete retards. At least with Caspians, Caspanians, they at least have a leg to stand on, because they can still make some money. Cardano and XRP, Maxis are just retarded, because they're not going to make no money. That is the only significant difference between the three. If you could only choose Alt or AI tech, I would potentially choose Alt for more gains, because AI tech has a bunch of early investors that's up decent amount of money. But you guys got to understand, AI tech is going to get tier 1 exchange listings. So they're both as good as each other. I would hold both. You don't have to choose either or, but if you want more gains, I would pick Alt, because it hasn't had a war on yet. So it has that chance to do crazy numbers. But I would just hold both in my portfolio. Thoughts on Corpo? Look, Corpo is decent, but it's just not the right time to buy. The reason this is holding is because it's group manipulation. This is group manipulation. It's just going to keep dumping for a bit. Let me see when the unlock is for Sensei. I mean for Corpo. Early investors are up huge amounts on Corpo, bro. On every single unlock. And the vesting is really harsh for Corpo. Keep that in mind. Yeah, look at these guys are up. Yeah, so these guys are up about 3x on these guys. The private up, the private's up even more. I think the seed is like 0.02. So the seed is ultimately up about almost 10x. So the seed is up 10x actually. What am I saying? The public is up 3x. The private is up, 3.5x or 4x. These guys are up 4x because it's 20 cents now. It's 5 cents. The seed guys are up around 10x. So it's not beneficial to invest into it. When is the unlock? Let's have a look. When is the unlock? Oh, so the unlock is on the 29th. So on the 29th of this month, this project is going to dump significantly. Look how much these guys get. 20%. They get 20% of the tokens, which is valued at... Shit. Yeah, so it's valued at 200k, 300k, 600k, 200k for the influencer round. Staking gets the tokens in 51 days. That's going to dump it heavy. But yeah, on the 2020 of this month, the vesting is going to be is going to dump heavy. Bro, what the hell? Why is he doing this? Oh. Yeah, so in July, in the 29th of July, there's going to be close to 1 million. So it's going to be 600k being unlocked. In August, there's going to be a big chunk of stake is going to be unlocked. Private rounds and seed rounds get their tokens in August. This is when we'll see some massive drops in Corpo in the next 2 months. This month and next month is going to be massive drops because these guys are up approximately, the seed guys are up around 10x on the investment. These guys are up around 4x on the investment. The public guys are up around influence around, I don't know how much, I don't know what their tokens are. I can imagine it's going to be similar to private. And the staking is going to be unlocked as well. So in those 2 months, that's 400k. Let's have a look. 400k, 600k. Yeah, so basically just over 1 million is going to be unlocked. Over 1 million tokens, but keep in mind the amount of X's they are up. So they're going to be up significant amounts. Times this by at least 5. So it's going to be about 5 to 10 million. That can be sold on these 2 unlocks in the next 2 months. That is not a healthy amount. That's a lot of amount. Oh shit, it's even more. Let me calculate this. That is crazy. Let me calculate this. Let me get my calculator. Corpo will be worth it, just not anytime soon, because nothing is going to pump till at least September, November times. So why are you in a rush to buy Corpo when there's... Let me show you guys. Hold on. So on August is a massive unlock. What the fuck? Let me just do the math for this. 291 plus 200 plus 600 214 616 and then so there's going to be $2 million is going to be unlocked on Corpo. This is $2 million, keep in mind, worth of the tokens they brought at. This is 2 million worth of the brought at. So if these guys are up 10x, 5x, you got times that by the amount of money they're going to be made. So this is going to massive. In August, this is going to be a bloodbath for this project. Will be a good time to accumulate in August. August will be a very, very good time to accumulate this. End of August. It's going to be a bloodbath at those prices, my friends. So yeah. So do be careful though. Do be careful. Do be careful with Corpo. Just not the right time to buy. From now on, when is the good time to trade? When is the good time to hold for max profits? I would, when Bitcoin goes 50k and below, then you can start DCAing heavier, slowly though. AGI is in 3 days, my friend. AGI is in 3 days. So Corpo is not worth the investment till after August, bro. Let that massive unlock go, because that is a disgusting unlock. That is ultimately like 10 million US dollars is going to be in the markets, because the seed guys are up 10x, the other guys are up 5x, and the public round is up 3-4x. So whatever the market, whatever the amount of money that's been unlocked, you got times that by the amount of money that can get sold. If these guys can get 10x on investment, their 200k is going to be 2 million. That's what you got to think, right? It's going to be disgusting. And one thing as well, bro, don't ever keep these broker scores, like, in mind, bro. Don't ever even look at those, bro. The way they rate them is so stupid in this. Yeah, so the unlock is in 2 days. Big chunks though. Treasury won't get sold, but private team. So this is why the thing is it's not unlocked, right? Even though it says 4.5 million is being unlocked in the team, the AGI team has locked up their tokens, relocked their tokens for another 2.5 years. So this is not getting unlocked. This 4% is not getting unlocked anymore. Keep that in mind, boys. But this is where the private people first get their tokens, the initial, which is 10%. That is equivalent to 5.54 million. So there's going to be a lot of dumping with AGI. Keep that in mind. Big dumping. Be a very good time to accumulate though. And strategic gets their tokens. That's it. It's just these three. So approximately about 6-7 million is going to be unlocked. These guys are not going to dump. That's the team. Treasury is always like, the team, whatever, emergency stuff. But private and strategic are going to get their tokens. This is the only one we have to worry about, private. That one's only a small chunk. It doesn't really matter. It's only 3%. So, yeah. It's going to be a lot of dumping, my friend. A lot of dumping for these, especially Corpo. Corpo unlocks will give me a second asshole. Yeah, the unlocks for Corpo are disgusting. In August. After August, it'll be a good time to accumulate that project. This is when I'll be looking to buy it. But people don't realize the higher Corpo pumps from here is only going to be worse, and the dump is going to be worse and worse, because the higher those guys are going to keep going up and up. So anyone who's given accumulation alerts or buy alerts on Corpo now is just completely retarded, because they either don't care about the investing schedule, or they're just being stupid, because this is the higher this goes up. Now the early investors are up 11x. This goes up 24, they'll be up 12x. You see what I'm saying? So the higher it goes, the more is going to dump, the harder it's going to dump. So be careful buying this token anytime soon. Anyone with a brain would not be buying this, at least for the next 2 months. What about Aether? Aether Cloud has 20x more GPU than Render. Yeah, Aether is solid. Just the vesting is a bit harsh, but Aether is solid. It can give you like a 10 to 15x, maybe 10 to 20x max Aether. And it's a little bit on the safer side. Aether is good. Fast Eddie, how you doing, my friend? It's very, very good to see you. Thanks for all the content, Alpha. I'm happy you joined the group. Appreciate that, my friend. Very, very good to see you, Eddie. Skidmarks, how you doing as well, my friend? It's good to see you. Aether Games is decent. Don't get me wrong. Aether Games is very good. But it's going to give you about 10 to 20x max. Market cap is really high. Work then. Yeah, so it's you need about 2.6 billion minus dilution from this point on in order to get a 10x. A 20x will be like approximately what? 5-6 billion? About 6 billion. So with dilution included, it's going to be hard to reach 6 billion. But if these guys, the thing is with these guys, right? They don't have the catalyst to make it pump, because this one does, because It does have all the decent exchanges. They just need Binance and Coinbase that can make it pump. But they've already got the big exchanges, so there's no catalyst that can make this do parabolic runs. They're already on OKX. They're already on Bybit. These are like class tier 1 exchanges. Crypto.com tier 1 exchange. The only thing they're missing is Binance and Coinbase, which could make it pump, but they're already accessible to a lot of people. Same thing with IONET. IONET has no catalyst to pump. It's already on. If I had to choose any of these two, Aether and IONET, which is very similar in market cap, I would pick IONET. Binance. The only thing these guys lack is crypto.com. No, not crypto.com. I mean OKX and Coinbase. This is what these guys are lacking at the moment. Could give them a little push, but these guys are already look at that. Look at the volume on thing. It's 60 million. That's crazy. That is. This is why. Look at HTX. Even HTX is a high exchange. I don't know. It's very hard to get on HTX for some reason because it's so regulated. But the volume on there is ridiculous. Any project on HTX has crazy volume. Archie slamming TET as only the VCs can pump the price, claiming 20x max. FUDs IOMO Casper is better. IORI, he says Casper has more vetted and stressed the tech test. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. How can you stress something on a project that literally has no smart contracts? So without a smart contracts, how are these even tested? That doesn't even make sense. He's just waffling, bro. Archie is such a waffler, bro. He was on Twitter, right? He goes, my portfolio is up, blah, blah, blah. And then I go to him, bro, what are you on about, bro? Every single project you called at the top. How are you saying your portfolio is up? What about all the projects that you've been calling the top for? Like Mavia, like Space Mesh, whoever that shit is. Like that Ghosty project that just worked or whatever happened to that. The only project he's ever done well with was Casper. Everything else, his portfolio is ass. So I don't know what that guy is talking about. He's a clown, bro. Eddie, it's good to see you, my friend. As I mentioned multiple times, very, very good to see you. Yeah, boys, join my private group if you guys want to join. I'm only having this tier available now, but I want to have serious people in there. People that want to make life-changing money. Minima Mini dApps is live now. You can trade your wrapped into native and you can go onto their OTC market and you can buy Minima at a cheaper discount price. Seed is 0.02. I've got to see the investing schedule though, if anything. I think I can go back more enough to look at Mavia, Minima. There we go. I'm on it now. Boys, drop a like on the stream. How many likes are we on now? We've got 47 people watching. Realistically, we should be on at least 50 likes at least. That is the goal for today at least. No, let's get to 60 likes. That should be easy to reach. Yeah, so idols are 21. So seed is even lower. So it's very close to seed. That is good to see. Anything close to seed is worth. These guys are not too bad. They've got some very good partners. The only thing I don't like about it right now is they don't have the token launched. I might consider looking into this a little bit further. AA is a very good token though. I like the concept. Anything to do with layer ones, that's Depin as well will do well. You look at this project, the Mantra token, right? Look how Mantra performed. I've never heard of this token up until I did my tier list. But this is like a layer one. But look at the way this performed. It ultimately done like a 50x at the heights. 50x. No one knew about it last year. But look at this project though. I wish I found this project. But it's a layer one. It's the first RWA layer one. anything that is a layer 1 and is the first to do in that sector does really, really well. Look at Casper. There's a bunch of block DAGs that's better than Casper. For example, Lithium, Torax is way better fundamentally because they can run smart contracts. But because it was the first mover, look at Ethereum, first mover, but there's so many layer 1s that's 100 times better than Ethereum. The first movers always do well. And this was the first RWA layer 1. So if you guys can catch a layer 1 that is first to do it in this space, it will perform. The website looks very good. The thing is, these guys don't even have no big backers. But look at the way it performs. It's done a 50x in a space of less than a year. But it's for institutions, for traders, for builders. I want to know what the market cap of this was really early. Would you tell me? Yeah, the market cap was like 12 million. That's ridiculous. It's very, very low. I would have definitely bought this if I'd seen it. Layer 1s are really, really good. You see these proof of work tokens, layer 1s being launched on like TradeOlga, some of these other ridiculous exchanges. But then they come out and do hundreds and thousands of X's. Zeph, I traded that. Made like a 30, 40x in a space of like a couple of weeks. It just goes crazy. The likes of, what's the other token that did really well? Apart from Casper, there's another one. I forgot what it was called. But these type of tokens go parabolic in a short period of time. But, if you guys want to look at some projects to more or less DCA, this is kind of the title of the video. Bitcoin's having a little bit of a rally. Could have a retest at 60k. This is what it looks like it wants to do. Potentially push, but you have to look for the 58k region because that is where the barrier is at. That is where it's dumping. That's where it's getting rejected of. If you can push past 58k, maybe close to 59k, you probably go to 60k and then possibly to 62k and then head back lower. Because nothing can go down forever. It needs to consolidate, pump, come back down a bit, pump again, whatever it is, and then go lower. This is what it's done all the time. It put in new lows, pumped, went up a little bit, made a bunch of people bullish. Now it just come down, came down here, pumped a little bit more, and then dropped heavily. Nothing goes down forever. There's always wicks. There's always little dead cat bounces. There's always consolidating that makes people bullish again, and they just get wrecked. Because the economy, the macro is not bullish enough for us to have a massive rally yet. Do not get confused by these Twitter shillers, by these other people that's telling you Bitcoin's bullish. It's not bullish at the moment. Right now, it's already closed below its RSI or 200 or estimate, whatever they call it. It's already closed before that, below that. It's already broken the bull market support band. Right now, it's bearish. Calculating the vesting after the native gets released, 24% will be released, 33% 10 years locked up, team holding 30%, 5 months unlocks, next 12 to 15 months linear. 5 months unlocks. The team that the team holds way too much of the supply then. 30% for a team is not healthy. That is way too much. That just looks like they're gonna dump on us. I don't like a team holding more than 10% of the supply. That's it. Minimum 10. And I don't even think these guys are profitable not to dump. So that's I don't know. I don't think I'll be. Maybe it's good for a trade, but a long-term hold, I wouldn't touch it. Oh, 16%. That's not bad. 16% is not bad actually. 30% is too much for a team. If a team's project is holding 30% of the project of supply, you gotta run away from that project, bro. In the bull run, like I mentioned, in the bull run, these projects rug left, right, and center. They rug all the time. You have to be very, very careful in the bull run. This is why I tell people do not over diversify at this stage of the market, because you will get rugged on most of your projects. If you just buy, some shit token they expecting to do 100x, you are less likely to see the 100x, before your rugs. As soon as, if these tokens, for example, these teams are getting these tokens very, very cheap, very cheap, right? And I can imagine most of these tokens mint new tokens. If they have a mint function, you have to be very careful, because this mint function means they can always just dump new tokens. Get new tokens in circulation. And then they can get their tokens way cheaper, no gas fees. They can basically lock the supply and just dump it and rug it all at once, because there's no gas fees for them. This is why mint functions are so deadly. Sometimes they have a mint function for specific reasons. You have to ask the team what those reasons are. For example, if a project is on ETH and it's on BNB, they will most likely have a mint function, because in order to do crunch transaction, you have to have a mint function. So there's reasons behind it. Solana bullish chains, OTK. OTK is the best gaming coin on Solana, in my opinion. If you want an AI project in Solana, TAR's network is pretty good. TAR's protocol. I just wouldn't touch it now, because it's just pumped so much. It's pumped a lot. The early investors are up like 10 to 15x on this. And the vesting schedule is fairly harsh. So this will dump a lot. Whatever project on Solana. Oh, Amulet. If you want a DeFi project, APY project on Solana, this is a good one. This is the only DeFi project I hold. But if you look at it, right, earn safely, the first yield protocol with built-in protection. This is what institutions like, protection. They don't want to put large amounts of money and it gets rugged the next week. So this is really good. You got the likes of Solana Ventures, UOB Ventures. I think that's a big university, I'm not sure. You've got the likes of Amaneko Brand, Solana Eco Fund. I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. But you got some this project has some very, very good backers. The likes of, like I said, Amaneko Brand, Republic Crypto. This is the same institution that's behind AGI, Republic. Republic's a massive one in crypto. That's also behind AGI. And then if you go down here, you got the likes of Polygon, ZK EVMs, Manta. They got OKX, that's OKX. You got Chainlink, you got Lido. And there's a bunch of big companies behind this project. Radium. Because they're backed by the Solana Foundation, so they get access to everything on Solana. Yeah, it's a good DeFi project on Solana, my friends. And I think that's it, to be honest. I don't really know any other ones on Solana. All these other games that migrated on Solana, they're not going to do that well. There's a big difference between migration and, actually being backed by the foundation. It's a massive difference. You can see that in the price action as well. OTK pumped on the Solana news, Solana ETF news. Plays app didn't pump at all. It didn't pump on that news. So, there's a big difference on that. So until so far, BTC price holds firmly despite BTC dropping German government's Mt. Gox. How you see the perspective of a V-shaped recovery in this scenario realistic, or will you see a massive price drop? I don't think we'll have a V-shaped recovery. There's no incentive to have a V-shaped recovery, because institutions don't want to buy at these prices. They'll buy and they'll trade it, but they don't want to buy at these prices. They'll just buy. Why would they want to buy at the highs, almost at the highs? They were accumulating, but they've been selling as well. These prices could be good for the institutions, 46K, around these prices. But these prices, they're not going to buy it. We're going to have to see some lower prices for Bitcoin in order to, the way that it works is these institutions want to flush as much people out of crypto as possible. So then, they get in at the very lows. They still want to do that. So it's going to take a bit of time. It will come down a bit more though. Bitcoin will go down lower. There's no doubt. Even these little dead cat bounces, there'll be YouTubers that come on here. They'll tell you Bitcoin's bullish as soon as it pumps. Then the next day they'll come in as bearish. Just stick to one price action. I'm bearish at the short term, because I know it's going to go down. Well, I don't know for sure, but it's most likely going to go down. A V-shaped recovery is very, very unlikely right now. The most it can do is go to about 62K, and that bull market support band could be the next resistance. That could be the next resistance. But it does not mean the bull run's over. It doesn't mean that. Because Bitcoin can realistically go as low as 30K and the bull run will still be on. I don't know why these people keep telling you the bull run's going to be over, bull run's going to be over. Realistically, if it wasn't for the ETF news, we wouldn't even be a bull run right now. The only reason we pumped as hard as we did in 7 months was because of the ETF. But eventually, we're going to have to go into economic expansion, and that is when we're going to see a real bull run. Some people seen a bull run. For example, I've seen a bull run because I made a lot of X's, but most people haven't seen that. Oh, is it Fast Eddie? I never knew that, actually. One of the biggest banks in Asia. No way. This is why Amulet is the only DeFi project with really, really big backers. I never actually knew that, Eddie. That's pretty big, that is. I think that's even more bullish than being one of the biggest banks in Asia. That's crazy. You invested in Amulet. Perfect. That is one of the better projects on this list, on the DeFi narrative. If Solana does well, Amulet will perform. The market cap is fairly low, it's like 7-8 million, which is tiny for a project like that. You can easily do a 30x. Easily. 20-30x is very easy. So, I just don't see why Bitcoin will have a V-shaped recovery. It might do it, but it won't last though. It will just go, it's going to head lower. We just had a double top. Fake Khalid. I've already said for 500k, you're going to need at least 5k. At least for 500k. I wouldn't even hold it for that long though. If you want to make 500k, do with AI Tech or AGI or something. Or don't put in the Degenist one and then expect to do crazy numbers. You could do it, but are you really going to hold for that long if you have a big chunk of it? But someone's dumping heavy amounts though, AA. Was that was you that showed me that big dump on all, wasn't it like 23k or something? That's a massive dumping. All is good though. I'm pretty sure I put it on my list. No, I didn't. Damn, I didn't do it. I'll have a look at AKRM. Isn't that Alchemy Pay? Oh no, it's not. Is that ARKM? Oh, this Arkham. Yeah, I know this project. So this is a mid cap, a decent cap one. They're like a 10x, fair play to it. Close to a 10x. What is this project? It looks like it's an AI project. It has intelligence in there, so I'm pretty sure it's an AI project. Also, it's a privacy token. Okay. Powerful tools for linking crypto code. Oh, Akram. Okay, I know what this is. This is a tool. This is a good tool to track wallets and stuff like that. It's a good token, this is. Yeah, it's a good token to use, to be fair. I like this token. I know exactly what this is, but it's fairly launched, Solana community driven, and it is degen. Yeah, this is not a bad token, bro. The vesting looks a bit harsh though, if you look at a fully diluted. But let's have a look at this, the vesting schedule. AKRM, no, ARKM. Yeah, Arkham is good to use. I actually use this myself to track wallets. In terms of gains, I don't know how much it'll give you, but 1 year cliff for advisors. Oh, so the unlocks are happening very soon. These guys get their tokens in 8 days. So the market cap is going to be daily unlocks. Yeah, so by the end of next year, this market cap is going to be 500 million. How much X's do you think this is going to do? But I don't think it's going to do much. Yo, look how much these guys are up, bro. Don't touch this project, bro. Look how much these guys are up. 27x. That's crazy, that is. Yo. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this, bro. The early investors are up huge amounts. If the IEOs are up 27x. Just imagine what the seed and these Coinbase venture guys are up. I reckon they're up at least. This is 27x now, bro. Imagine when they was at the top of $4. They'll be open like 100x. Damn, that's pretty impressive, that is. Liquidity pool. It was moved from the liquidity pool. That's a red flag. That's what rug pools are, bro. Why did they have access to the liquidity pool? You do realize that is a red flag. That's a red flag, bro. Why are they moving money from the liquidity pool? That means they can pull the liquidity anytime they want. Wait, hold on. Let me go my token sniffer, bro, because that's just that's a very, very red flag. Why did they have access to the liquidity pool? But you do realize when a team has access to the liquidity pool, that means they can pull the liquidity anytime they want. That's the whole point of the mint function. They can pull liquidity anytime they want. That's a big red flag. Why would you want to reduce the liquidity anyways? Where's Solana right here? The fuck, bro? This shit token sniffer doesn't even have Solana on there. What? How does he have Merlin on here but not Solana? Am I blind or something? What's another good token sniffer? It's the sentiment with rate cuts that will confirm the movement. Sorry, I couldn't finish this in one sentence. Yeah, you're right, Skid Marks. Now I'm not told believe in rate cuts as I have another financial messenger I listen to explaining it. Not the rate cuts, keep liquidity, M2 money supply, the printing, sentiment with a W rate cut, sentiment with a rate cut that will confirm the movement. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct, Skid Marks. I agree with you. Can you tell about Ton? It's the number one DEX. S-Ton, I have, is it 1 year stake? Gonna unstake next year. Can you give price predictions? Yeah, Ton's gonna perform well, bro. If he's the number one DEX, on Ton, it'll perform with it. Ton has actually been doing really well. What's it called? S-Ton. Yeah, this is doing really well, my friend. Just hold it. It's gonna do well. I don't know about price predictions, but this will do well. It will just move a ton. If you got your stake for 1 year, it's fine. Bots, don't know. Bots. Isn't Dex check? Doesn't Dex check have a finger? I'm sure Dex check has a token sniffer. Do I have to? They should have a Solana token sniffer, realistically. Search token. This is not a token sniffer. What the fuck? Bro, you need to check this, bro. Anything that can pull liquidity is a red flag because that just means they can pull the liquidity anytime they want. So the liquidity is 53k, and you said they pulled 23k, so the liquidity is about 30k. That is awful, bro. I thought this had a token sniffer. What the hell is this? All the whales are accumulating forfar. That's crazy, that is. I'm surprised this doesn't. Let's just go on Mantle, bro. Let's see if you'll just find it anyways. Let's try Ethereum. No, this token sniffer's ass. What's another good token sniffer? Hey, go into the Telegram, ask them, why have you pulled the liquidity? That is ultimately a sign of a rug pull, my friend. No token should be able to access their liquidity as they like. You know, once they pull liquidity, all that money that's in the liquidity is ultimately their money. The fact that they pulled 25k from the liquidity pool, that's more or less a rug pull. This is how a project gets rug pulled, is through a liquidity. You know, let me just find the dog shit project. Hold on. Let's find something on Ethereum. This on Ethereum. Let's go on BNB chain. Let's copy this, right? Let's go on my token sniffer. Okay, so this has a proxy contract, right? So the admins, so the proxy means the owner can modify the function of the token, could possibly affect the price. There is possibly a way of the team to rug and scam. Please confirm with the project before buying. Now, that is one feature that is a red flag, right? If you go back on Sandex, so they have a proxy contract. Let me go back on Sandex. Yeah, so this is Sandex. What was the problem with this? It's anti-whale and whitelist function. But if they have a mint function as well, which is this one here, you know, they can basically increase the amount of tokens in circulation and affect the price. That is one red flag. And then another one is when they can pull the liquidity. That is basically a honeypot, which is called a rug pull. You know, anyone that can just randomly, willingly access the liquidity pool, because the liquidity pool is supposed to be locked for multiple years. You know, if it's not locked and they can get access to it, this is why you got to check smart contracts, because some of them can, you know, they can maneuver it, and it literally says on a smart contract, this wallet, that wallet can change the contract anytime they want. So a lot of these projects might be in a smart contract, but you have to check the smart contract itself in order to understand if it's a legit contract or not. Because in a contract, it will tell you this project, this wallet can't access it, but in this wallet, that wallet can modify it or change it. So you got to understand the smart contracts, so you have to be very careful. All right, boys and girls, drop a like on the stream. You know, if you guys want to join my private community, feel free. The links are in the description. But we've been live for 2 hours. I'm going to go eat and get ready for football. I appreciate everyone that came down. And I will most likely see you guys possibly tomorrow. Possibly. Today's Tuesday. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.